Big Print Champs today. With your purchase of a Hurt Season version 2 hat, you make yourself eligible to get one of these 3 tees 50% off. My gift from y'all and Big Print Champs for always holding this down for the years and years and years of the fire merchandise that we've been putting out here. Let's get into this Eagles news. Yo, CJ Gardner-Johnson, you know what I mean, out here being vocal about Ainias Smith not really doing nothing all camp. You know what I'm saying? Being vocal about it, you know, and I ain't really heard his name like that either. The only thing I heard from Ainias Smith is that he was running around here like vlogging every moment of training camp and stuff like that. That's cool because this is a new experience. You know what I'm saying? I understand your happiness. I really get it. But you got to make some plays on the football field. You know what I mean? It leads me to believe that you're doing a little too much talking and not a lot of producing. You know what I mean? You got some wily vets in the building, man. You got to produce. You know what I mean? On the other hand, you see Quinyon Mitchell talking, running his trap, but also out there producing, having some real good battles with Smitty and stuff like that in camp the other day. But you know what I mean? Hopefully Ainias Smith get it together. I got real high hopes for the kid. You know, drafted this year by the Philadelphia Eagles. We did see him in the Ravens game. We saw him in the Ravens game, a couple punt returns, things of that nature. Didn't really get nothing shaking like that, but you know, it is what it is, man. Also in the Ravens game, you know, a lot of people was wearing those green dots, you know what I mean? This picture came out before the game, giving a little indication on who was going to be green dotted up. You know, surprising to see Trotter already getting a little bit of responsibility. N'Kobe Dean, Devin White, and Nolan Smith. That's the biggest surprise for me, man, wearing the green dot. But you know, leaders do leadership type of stuff. So I don't expect nothing less from a guy like Nolan Smith for real. A real smart individual, student of the game, things of that nature. The Eagles, the Birds, man, we head up to Foxborough. Joint practice will be taking off tomorrow, man. And there's a lot of things that I want to see in joint practice. Joint practice might be the most reps that our starters get. You know what I mean? Outside of week 1. I'm not really looking to see, you know, a whole quarter from Jalen Hurts or whatever the case may be, you know, in any preseason game. That'll be something new if we did see it from the Philadelphia Eagles. I expect them to bubble wrap our key guys as much as possible, with the exception of some starters, you know what I mean, on the defensive side of the ball. But it's Smitty and the AJ, Jalen Hurts, things of that nature, Saquon Barkley, I don't really see those guys getting a lot of reps, but I do see them getting some reps in Foxborough against the New England Patriots for joint practice. That's supposed to be happening, I think. When was joint practice? I think it's tomorrow. You know what I mean? I don't know. I got to look at the schedule again, but they on their way to Foxborough, so you definitely got to keep your eye on that for sure. I want to see some Bryce Huff news. I want to see this defense intercepting the quarterback. I want to see guys flying around and making plays. I look forward to seeing Jalen Hurts, you know what I mean, continuing to be who he has been all training camp in his joint practice. He's going to get a different look against a different team, so I'm excited to see how Jalen Hurts does, you know what I mean, with his first crack at somebody that's not, you know what I mean, wearing the same color jersey as him, or whatever you want to call it, or, you know, not the same color jersey. You know, the quarterbacks wear the red jerseys, but somebody not in Eagles attire, somebody that he's not familiar with, you know. Yeah, this Hasson Reddick thing is crazy to me, man. You know, it makes me want to wonder, did the Philadelphia Eagles do Hasson Reddick wrong? You know what I mean? Can we with confidence say that, you know, we did the right thing for Hasson Reddick by not paying him last year? Never in my wildest dreams that I think the Philadelphia Eagles would be without a Javon Hargrave and a Hasson Reddick. You know what I mean? Just 2 years after winning the or going to the Super Bowl, I should say. So, you know, it's kind of a shock that, you know, after Hasson Reddick goes to the Super Bowl with you, he plays another year. Hasson Reddick should have got another contract after the Super Bowl. He was an all-pro edge rusher. I don't see too many teams having deep playoff runs without a solid edge rusher. I don't really see it. Now, you got some teams with solid edge rushers who still don't have deep playoff runs. You know what I mean? But I just don't really see some of the elite teams not have that one guy who can just wreak havoc and wreck a game. Hasson Reddick is a game wrecker. Hasson Reddick is a game changer. You know what I mean? We talk about, oh, the Philadelphia Eagles, they Christian McCaffrey ended up being the quarterback. Well, that's because Hasson Reddick put the other two dudes down. You know what I mean? That's a game changer. So guys like that, I think you need to pay. But did the Philadelphia Eagles send him somewhere knowing that or thinking that the Jets was going to pay him. It was some conversations that was being had that Hasson Reddick would still come to camp, still play in good faith while the Jets were planning on working out a deal. I just feel like Hasson Reddick ain't want to take nobody's word for it. They ain't want to play in those conditions. Or maybe he knew something that we didn't know. You know what I mean? Because you could get hurt and they could just go back on their word and still not pay you. You know what I mean? Nobody's obligated for you to wait around for you to get healthy or whatever the case may be. So I ain't mad at Hasson Reddick for, you know what I mean, going out there and putting his career, you know what I mean, putting his career first, putting his livelihood first. You don't see CeeDee Lamb running out here trying to play right now. No, he's trying to get his bag. He's trying to get his bag. When Dak played on that contract, he ended up like snapping his ankle, and they had to pay him anyway. You know what I mean? He completely bounced back from it, but that was a situation to where they could have said, no, we don't know how you're going to come back from that. And edge rushers come around a lot more often than franchise quarterbacks do. So I see what Hasson Reddick is doing right here, man. But I ain't going to lie, man. Hasson Reddick requesting a trade, and then the Jets coming right back saying, no, we not trading you. You're going to have to come here, and you're going to have to report, and you're going to have to do the X, Y, and Z. You know what I mean? It kind of make me feel like, you know, I would welcome a Hasson Reddick trade. I would welcome Hasson Reddick coming back to the Philadelphia Eagles. I really would welcome that because I think a guy like Hasson Reddick is the missing piece. That's the missing piece on this defense. The missing piece. Right now, I don't really trust our edge rush. I don't really trust our getting there with 4. You got to bring pressure if you're the Philadelphia Eagles this year. You got to force other guys' hands. You can't get nobody 6 seconds in the pocket and things like that to just sit around and pick you off. If you're not, like, well, the Jets ain't trying to trade Hasson Reddick, but I would like to see the Philadelphia Eagles go make a move for another edge rusher. You know what I mean? I keep hearing Matt Judon. You know what I mean? Something could happen with Matt Judon and the New England Patriots and the Philadelphia Eagles. Something could happen there. But, you know, anything's possible with Howie Roseman. I think Howie Roseman sees where we lack in that. And it's 3 areas that's concerning me right now. Edge rusher for the Philadelphia Eagles, tight end 2, and safety. To be honest, you know, linebacker ain't that really big of a concern with me. I think the linebackers will be vastly improved. You know what I mean? But what you got to do is you got to sprinkle in some Trotter Jr. though. Trotter Jr. and Devin White could be the combination that we all want. With Nakobe Dean, who I think played really, really well in the preseason game, with some Nakobe Dean in there. You know what I mean? Nakobe Dean might ain't the best in coverage, but Nakobe Dean could do everything else a linebacker is asked to do. You know what I mean? But I think Trotter Jr. and Devin White might be the combination that the Philadelphia Eagles really, really been looking for in terms of linebackers and things of that nature. So, you know what I mean? That's the Eagle news for the day, man. We got to see what's popping in Foxborough. We just gotta put our best foot forward, man. I can't wait to see this joint practice because this is the most work that I think the ones are going to get, man. So let me know what you think in the comments, man.